What's up, guys? Just doing a quick little update here. Had a long day here, so I'm gonna check out pretty quick. But I figured I'd dip in for a few before I go hang out with my kids here. Um, so it's always a fight with these old vehicles. Everything you do is always some sort of a catastrophe or hassle or something or another. Anyway, so I worked on this thing all day. Anyways, I had ended up breaking some tools, and I didn't really break them. I don't even know what exactly happened there. What's up, Chris? How's it going, man? Just dipping in here for a few, see what's going on there, but give a little update. So, what do you mean, good afternoon? It's kind of late where you are, isn't it? So it's funny because I just about ordered one of these Ryobi side grinders. I've had these Ryobi tools forever from the old generations yet, and I just kept using them so I could update the batteries and stuff like that, and they last pretty good. But yeah, exactly. So I ended up buying. I had to send my wife to go pick up an angle grinder today because, of course, it's pretty difficult to weld without a angle grinder. So got a few things done on this thing today, anyways. But I got not too bad. I just got home. I was gone for those couple days there, or whatever. So it's coming along. I had some Bondo issues in the back there. I don't know if it's the temperature or if it's got some issues with like just I don't know. It seemed like the hardener was old or something like that. So I hope I don't have to scrape it out of there and put it back again. But that was it looks like more than it is back there. But I did that and got a little bit. Since you're the only one in here, I'll show you. I did get the fender kind of on there anyways on the one side. This garage is so tight, it takes 10 times longer to do anything. I got the floor pan on this side. It's kind of an ordeal there. I do got to patch something because I never replaced the rocker and it was rusted just a little bit in there. So I've never really had that problem in the past. So I'm going to try to probably just tack some metal in there. Be good enough. Wow. Wow. You guys are coming in hot today, huh? What's going on? Nah, that's okay. I'm good. What's up, everybody? So, I did put all the sound deadening on this side of it there. I got my son helping me, and he went in with the roller and rolled all the sound deadening. So, I actually used the Amazon Basic stuff this time, and it was way cheaper. And I was like, man, am I just mathing this out wrong? Because I bought 2 boxes of it. I think they're 12 by 14 or something like that. And I don't know, they seem exactly like the kiln mat that I usually buy, so I don't see why there's going to be an issue or whatever. But you can kind of see where I put all the. I only did half of it because I haven't done the floor pan on the other side yet. So it was kind of one of those things, I guess. So I did get this. I got a little bit of this stuff done here. It's just freaking. It's just like I said. It's always some sort of ordeal here. A friend of mine has an American F100 here in Brazil with a Cobra engine. Nice. Those are cool for sure. What year of F100? Yeah, if you guys are all jumping in here tonight, make sure you guys subscribe and help the channel out there. I've got lots of content coming. Probably be a slow month this next month here because it's the colder months and everything takes longer. Even today, I could have been going a lot quicker if I could pull the truck outside, but it's starting to get kind of crisp out there to do that. I could, but I'm getting old. Don't really care. But still did not too bad though. It hung me up a lot just not having a grinder earlier. It's funny because I have this grinder that's almost brand new. I've only used it a handful of times. It was an electric one, but didn't hold up very well for some reason. It's so much nicer just not having corded tools everywhere, though. Every time you have a cord strung out, you're tripping over it or freaking rolling your creeper into it or whatever all the time. It's pretty annoying. So it's not too bad. I actually went through and I painted. I just kind of decided I'm going to paint the interior just like all the other stuff black. So I'll paint all of that black and the roof black and everything just so it's like an easy kind of color match. So I took flat black and I did the top just underneath the windshield and stuff. I might actually do it. I might end up painting the color of the truck yet, but we'll see how it goes there. Yes, it's it's a c10 actually. It's a four-wheel drive, so it's a short bed four-wheel drive 73. Yeah, I don't. They say that they're the exact same company. Apparently, they say apparently, or yeah, Milwaukee and Ryobi are the same company, but Ryobi said when they came out with all these new style batteries that they would still continue to make the old ones. That was their guarantee. So that's good. I don't know. The only thing I don't like is the batteries are bulkier, but they're definitely stronger. Like if you compared the 6 or 8 amp an hour ones to the Ryobis to like whatever they call them, the big whatever ones on the Milwaukee's, these are way stronger and last way longer. Like I can put a 6 amp an hour one on my portable vacuum there, and that thing will last for an hour and still have juice. But they're bulky, so it's good for stuff like the vacuum. But then it's kind of annoying on other things. Like I've got like uh like the ratchet here behind me. I don't know if you guys can see that there, but I have the ratchet, and the ratchet end is like freaking annoying. Oh, the videos get translated in Brazil. That's interesting. That's cool. Opel Astra 2.0. I don't know what that is. No idea. Where are you from there, Tubster? Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Yeah. Only one I've really had issues with is that ratchet, and I'm still using it. It's just every once in a while it kind of sticks in one spot, but I've never had. I had a really good drill, like the old style ones, with the old like freaking NiCad battery or whatever. My son dropped it last summer and it broke it, and these new ones don't have. I haven't felt well. I didn't buy the bigger version. He replaced it with just a small one, but they suck in comparison. This is like their new style ones or whatever. The old one actually had, it was almost like a hammer drill. Opel Astra 2.0, I believe, had the same engine. Ah, the Saab 93. Saabs are pretty cool. There's actually some cool Saabs out there. I like some of the Saabs that are kicking around actually. 180 horsepower, that's not too bad. Same as this thing. Probably more. Hey, what's going on there, man? Good to see you again. Too funny. You guys are funny. Holy cow, a lot of you guys make it back all the time here. I can't believe how many people have been back every day. I'm hoping that I can make a lot more progress tomorrow. The weather's supposed to be nicer, so if it is, I'm just gonna rip it outside. I wasted probably 3 hours today just screwing around because of not having the grinder there or whatever. But I tried some stuff there. I wanted to, just for curiosity, to kind of know how it was going to work. So I'll give you guys some advice here. If you're what's up, Luke? If you guys are trying to do Bondo patches, I've never used these before. They're basically just a peel and stick, and then you're supposed to be able to Bondo over them, so it basically covers big holes and stuff. And I just had a small little patch in the corner of the rocker there, um, like small. So I just cut like a tiny little piece for it just to see, and it wouldn't even stick. So nice. What's everybody up to tonight? No, it's just a 350. I'm not I'm not modifying this one for power or anything like that. It's good enough stock. This one will just get painted and sold. Once you start going down the rabbit hole of that, I talk about this all the time on my channel, but like once you start going down the rabbit hole of having all the things where you start upgrading and stuff, I mean, you could spend thousands of dollars and never get your money back. And I try to, at least if nothing else, break even on these vehicles when I sell them. So they're not they're not I'm not building show cars here. I'm just building just basically vehicles that are nicer when they than when they got to my garage. I can do, like I said, I could do nicer ones. I mean, really, this one should have bedsides and some stuff like that too. But again, it's just how much money do you want to spend and how far do you want to go? What's up, David? When do we all go to sleep? I don't know. I've been at this for a while today here, probably 12 hours already. I don't remember if you've been in here before, David, but yeah, that sound editing stuff's pretty cool actually. It's kind of it's kind of nice. It kind of saves the floor from the inside too a little bit if you were to think about it, if they had been done before. would definitely make a huge difference. So, like I said, I probably won't show a whole bunch more of my lives of this truck because I don't want to ruin the video or whatever when it does finally get done. I'm hoping in the next few days I can get a good chunk of it done. Spent 10K on my engine, 2.8 VR6. VR6s are cool. I haven't seen one of those in a long time actually. That is crazy. What's up, Banter? You made her back too. I thought that said Finnegan. It's a 73. It's a K10, so four-wheel drive. Short bed too. But it's coming along anyways. Man, it's pretty satisfying when you start putting body panels on, especially new body panels. Like I would love to just do one of these trucks, but I just know it would be hard to get your money back out of it. But I would love to just put all brand new panels so everything's just like laser straight and nice fitting. And even like just putting new panels on this truck, like nothing ever fits good anymore. And this is the best fenders and stuff that you can get for these trucks. Like, they just don't make stuff that great anymore. This is an LMC one, and I'm sure it's better than some or whatever, but like the bolts don't really line up that great, and they put holes in weird spots that don't need to be there, and just some weird stuff like that. It's just not the greatest. It's gonna be 2026. It is gonna be 2026. What time is it here? It is 7 o'clock p.m. Yeah, but people don't want to watch me do. They don't want to watch me do 1,000-hour bodywork videos. People aren't interested in that. What's up, blah blah? I made it back too. Yeah, I do. I don't mind it. Like I don't mind doing it and stuff. Like I said, I really this one should have had bedsides and things like that. But it's the way I look at it is like it's going to be way nicer than when I started. It's still not going to be anywhere near perfect, but once is once I've got it to the next level, if somebody wants to go and do whatever they want to do with it, they can take it to the next level. If somebody wants to put the floors in better, if they want to put bedsides or whatever on it, it's up to them. I just like I said, people don't care. Like honestly, I try to tell people this, and people don't really believe me anymore. But aside from a handful of people, there's not too many people that actually care about watching like long, like honestly, people don't really care about really nice vehicles anymore. We're kind of like living in the ratty car world these days. It seems like ever since like Roadkill and stuff came out, those guys just made it that people just are so much more into like just cheap beater dailies and stuff like that. Go look at Pole Bar Garage's channel, for example. I mean, he's got 300,000 subscribers for a reason because all he does is, just gets them running and driving and kind of doesn't have to be perfect, just kind of throws them together. I mean, if I was going to restore it, of course, that would make more sense. Yeah, that's right. So like I said, I just basically want to get my money back out of them. And I didn't have to, you know, I don't have to, make them middle of the road. I mean, I have all the stuff to make stuff nice here, but it's just one of those things. Thanks, Mega. Appreciate it, man. So just trying to figure out, I guess, like I said, is I do some really cheap ones and then some middle of the road ones and some really nice ones. Chris that comes down here all the time. He's here right now, but he obviously knows his stuff really well. He's put like full floor pans and things like that into these trucks and whatever, and that takes a lot of time and work and fitment and things like that. And like I said, people just don't want to. Even most of what I've done here so far, I haven't really recorded them for my video because people don't want to sit there watching and be like, "Hey, it took me freaking 2 hours to get this one bolt out or whatever." Freaking, it's just whatever. It's one of those things. Is just like people don't really care about that kind of stuff as much anymore. The days of the really old guys wanting to just have show cars to go down to the car shows and stuff are kind of dwindling now. Like you go to car shows these days and nobody's looking at the restored $100,000 cars or whatever. People are like, "Oh, look at this freaking beater somebody pulled out of the bush and got running or whatever," which is you wouldn't think that, but it's funny though. How's it going today, David? So, anyways, it's coming along. Anyways, it's just this stuff takes time. Even if you're not doing it perfect, it still takes time. I could have just slapped it together and done it quicker, probably, I suppose, or whatever. But I'm doing it middle of the road. It's definitely not going to be perfect by any means, but I'm going to make it look a lot better than it is. So it'll be all right. Yep, I agree. That's what I say too. It's like, man, like, you know how many times that we've driven old square bodies that have rust in the quarters or in the in the like honestly in the fenders and in the freaking bed and dings and dents and not really nice trucks and stuff like that, and people will pull you over and be like, man, that truck's awesome. I mean, I've driven some pretty nice cars over the years and stuff, and I've never had people come to me and be like, man, that car is sick, even though when they have like nicer paint and things like that. So what's up, man? How's it going? I think people just appreciate drivers these days. I think what it is, just my personal opinion, is just that the the market has just been so out. It's just been priced so much out for the regular guys. So like Chris, like you even said, like if this truck was done like perfect, it would easily be a $25,000 truck. Easily. There was one that just sold to Barrett Jackson, the exact same truck as this. It was like mint condition. It was the highest ever truck ever sold at Barrett Jackson for 165,000. So they bring good money. I mean, again, and you could go down the road of like then it has to be perfect mechanically and it has to be like perfect body wise and all that stuff. So again, I'm just not obviously the channel that's going to do that. My stuff is more just like just kind of backyard guys, right? People that can do stuff with a floor jack and some freaking hand tools and that kind of stuff. So got an 85 big block with power windows. The thing is rusted out, but I use it for four-wheel drive and has 42s on it. And holy cow, it's some big tires, man. Yeah, it should look all right. Anyways, like I said, I don't build show cars. Just not it's just not what I do. This is a pretty cool truck because it's kind of a unique truck, being a short bed truck. But yeah, it's honestly probably in better shape than most of them that I've ended up with over the years. It's always nice when you start with a less rusty. I know 160,000. I don't get it, but it just yeah, one just sold for 165,000 at Barrett Jackson. It was the highest ever short bed c10 that they had there. It's pretty wild. It's cool though. I mean, it's cool that somebody obviously they probably lost money on it. Honestly, if somebody restored it or whatever, because $165,000 doesn't go very far these days. 15, 20 years ago, even like you look at like Counts Customs, there he was charging $100,000 to restore a pretty basic car, and it's probably double that now. So it's just the labor that takes to make all the body panels perfectly straight and to make sure that the drivetrain is perfect and under the hood is perfect and painted and all. I mean, it's just everything's got to be like brand new, pretty much, right? I have doors already. They're in my garage. Hopefully, they're on tomorrow here. I'm doing good there, David. Yeah, Chris, at least it's in decent condition. It sucks when they're so rusty that they're like a gigantic project, and then it's not really even worth even trying to make them sensible. Like, it's a 73 there, rolling. I know. Oh, man. I originally thought of just painting one panel at a time as I was before I was putting them on, but I was like, I don't know. I'm gonna try something here that I've sort of done, but not really before. So we're gonna see how this goes with paint. I'm gonna get absolutely annihilated in the comments for this, but it's gonna be funny. We'll see how it goes, though. No, I will not. Sorry, man. No pantry here. Only cars. Yeah, but it's all right though. Anyways, like at least it's fairly solid. I've seen way worse than this for sure. So, anyways, it's coming along. It's always hard to figure out like what you want to do for just even like that's why I hate changing paint colors, because now I have this problem to deal with if I'm changing the paint to colors, like what I'm gonna do with the interior. And like the smart thing to probably do here would be like put the headliner in it and then paint the rest just black or white or something like that. But nothing, just finished working on this truck all day. So yeah, it's just kind of like I said, one of those things. It's just never as simple as it seems or whatever. But I this will be the first truck I've ever actually tried to paint the interior on, so we'll see how that goes. Like I said, it's never ending. It's like this truck needs a steering wheel and it needs a dash cover, and I mean, honestly, the gauges should be cleaned up a little bit, and I mean, it's got the mechanical things that need to be gone through. It's got some drips and stuff. It's just like you'll never finish if you want to try to make it perfect too, right? And again, if you're doing something where you're like, I think maybe like making a truck like this more perfect would be a better situation if you were going to buy like a truck like this for your son or something like that. And maybe he's like 14 or 13 and you have a few years to like work through it. I think that makes more sense. Is it disconnecting on your guys' end or my end? I should have good service. I have 5 bars here. Must be your coverage. So that's the plan there. Anyways, I do like this sound deadening stuff though. I put it in this when I built my first truck on YouTube there, and I just slapped it together. I did kiln mat on it. And it's pretty much the same stuff as this. I forget. I'll put the when I finish this truck up, I'll put the link in my Amazon store there. But it's like a really good deal. I All right, bud. I think I had enough of you. So it is. It makes a huge difference. So it was funny because when I had the kiln mat in the first truck there, I did the entire truck. I mean, I did all of the because it had the back cardboard too, so I did all the way up the back and everything there on that truck. I think I actually have a spare cardboard I could put in this truck, but so I did all of that, and then afterwards I realized that they say that you're supposed to put one and then leave the space of one, and then put another one and leave a space of one. I I just figured I did it full again on this one. I'm like, what's the difference? Might as well just do it, and then it's like good. So that's kind of it, but it's there's a whole bunch of like little things that I need to do here yet, but we'll kind of see how it goes. So I'm hoping I can get rocking tomorrow and actually get something decent accomplished here or whatever. 1 million followers, crazy. Yeah, it made a huge difference. People don't think about replacing things like door seals and stuff too. Even like if you go from a truck like now, like this one's gonna get carpet put in it, but originally had like rubber floor mats. Like even that alone, just going from like having rubber floor mats to like carpet makes a massive difference. It's pretty cool, anyways. But it's coming along anyway, so I'm kind of skirting some things here to try to kind of move it along quicker. So it's just kind of, eh, it'll be fine. But yeah, I need some more. I need some more seam sealer and some stuff like that and whatever. But hopefully all the doors line up. It seems like every time I've tried doors on from like an '80s truck on like a '70s truck, they never seem to line up perfectly. What's up, Jose? So we'll see how that goes. But I do like that I painted this matte black back here. It's an auto. It's an auto. It's got an MP205 transfer case, 12-bolt rear. I think it's a 12-bolt limited slip in this thing. Not too bad. I'd like to upgrade the wheels and tires on it. We'll see how it goes here, but like I say, I'm not going to keep it anyway, so we'll kind of see how it goes here. But I need a hood for it unless I can straighten the factory one that was on it there, because of course, man, if you guys have a hood on an old car, stop grabbing it on one side and freaking trying to close it. It's like people bend the hoods on these things all the time. If it doesn't get bent from the side, they won't lube the hinges, and then they try to slam it closed and it bends, especially on these square bodies. A lot of the old vehicles are like that, but like freaking just spray some lube on them. What happened to the inside? I tore it apart for paint. So just slowly working at trying to get it back together and getting it ready to paint here anyway. So it's just a process like everything else. It's coming along though. Yeah, so what else did I do today? That was about it. Freaking man, it's just that whenever you're doing body work, even if you're just doing it not even perfect, it's always some sort of screw around or whatever. And not having the tools half the day didn't really help anything. Have I ever worked on an inline six? Yeah, older ones, not so much the newer stuff, but I wouldn't mind trying doing some inline six builds or something like that. All right, see you later, man. Yeah, so that is kind of like 63 Falcon. Nice. That's cool. Those ones are a little bit they're kind of like that's kind of like how the Mavericks are too. There's only room for like I think a 302 is like basically the biggest they were supposed to kind of fit. There's a lot more aftermarket than there used to be for sure, but they're I mean they're not like gigantic cars to begin with, so the underhood space is just not there on those cars like a lot of other ones, but they're cool though, for sure. I got some friends that got those cars. I think they're I think my one friend's got like a 68, if I remember right. I'm not super up on the Ford stuff. Where are you from there, Ryan? I guess the next step will be I'm probably gonna have to pull my Camaro out of here to try to paint in the garage here, unless I get a warm enough day that I can try to make an attempt at it outside. But see how it goes. By middle of the week here, it's supposed to be pretty decent in the 60s here, so we'll just see how it pans out here, I guess. But well, but yeah, I'm like I said, I'm happy with how it's coming so far. I do need to patch up some more stuff on the rockers and stuff like that. But again, it's not going to be perfect. It is what it is. These floor pans were kind of fighting me here today. I don't really love the fitment on them. I actually bought Amazon ones last time and I feel like they fit better. What's up, Daniel? If you guys are just coming in, make sure you guys subscribe to my channel and check out my other content there. I got lots of videos on my channel. My last video was a 69 Skylark there, so just been kind of slowly working away at stuff. I got my eyes on some other projects here, so I'd like to get this thing out the door so that I can continue on here. But I did a little Bondo today there. I don't know. It didn't harden up like it usually does. I don't know if it's just because it's colder today or what the problem is, but hoping by tomorrow that firms up because that might be an issue. What's everybody else working on these days other than trying to stay warm? Everybody that comes in here has been in the cold. Where's all the Canadians at tonight? They're usually here this time of the night. And the UK people. This one's a 73. It's a K10 four-wheel drive truck. It's a short bed. I said this before, but like I've never even had a short bed square body before, and it's just odd that I ended up with a four-wheel drive. It's kind of like it's a cool truck. I don't know. It's funny. People really are into like the short beds, and I always have been. But the more that there is around, the less that I'm interested in them. It just seems like so many people are cutting them down and stuff. I just don't really have the interest like I used to. Like I'm looking at this truck and I honestly don't even really care that much about it. Like, to be honest, they're cool, but like it's just one of those things. Like I'm like, there's just for me. I honestly, if this was a long bed, I'd be more into it. I'm more of a two-wheel drive guy, anyways. I just prefer two-wheel drive trucks, like especially like project trucks like this. Like I don't really like four-wheel drive stuff that much. I always have four-wheel drives for my dailies just because I need it, but I don't really. This isn't something I would buy to just go trail running or whatever. That's what the last people did with it, though. That's why it was all dinged and dent and whatever. But it's I always say this, but I wish it was. I wish when things would start kind of like rusting, that people would take care of it before it got really bad. But because then it makes it like a problem where you're trying to like patch up things that don't really need to be dealt with, but this one's better than a lot of them anyway. So what's everybody else going on tonight here? We've been doing good without spammers tonight. That's a miracle. Only a handful today, but it's coming along anyway. So I'll probably jump on tomorrow, but I figured I'd just jump on here for a little bit, show you guys kind of a little bit of the progress here, and that's kind of where we're at there. So I probably won't show you too much more until this thing's wrapped up or whatever, but we'll kind of see what the weather's like here this week, and hopefully I can get something accomplished here. Yep, making headway, making headway. Well, at least I'm getting past the disassembly stage and actually starting to reassemble. What's up? Man, I have no idea what your name is. Were you in here already, Kenneth, before? No. So, anyways, guys, I think I'm going to jump off here. Quiet night here anyway, so just figured I'd give you a quick little update and stuff, and well, hopefully when I go to put the doors on, the fenders fit good and everything, so I don't have a whole another problem to deal with there, but I think we'll be all right, so just got to keep on trucking here. You had an 85, but sold it. Oh, okay. I got you, Kenneth. Cool. Is that this morning? There's a lot of people in here this morning. It's hard to keep track of everybody from Pakistan. Cool. Yeah, so hopefully I'm trying to make progress here. I should have bought more clips actually. I think I'm short, but I had some fender clips that kind of broke on me and things like that. Hello from Russia again. Lots of Russian people in here lately too. Cool. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to jump off here. Figured I would give you an update. And if you guys are just jumping in, make sure you guys subscribe and check out my channel. And I'll catch you guys.